ex-husband. Well, when I say bumped into, it was more like this. I was at a bar at a carnival and he looked straight across at me, and then without a second thought, he literally bolted. No hello, no polite smile, just pure avoidance. Sarah here, aka the business fixer. And it struck me at that point that this is exactly what happens with so many people's marketing. You put yourself out there, you make sure you're seen, people notice you, but instead of leaning in, they turn on their heel and they literally run. That moment captures the uncomfortable truth about marketing. Visibility is not enough. Being seen does not automatically mean being chosen. If your message is off, people will notice you but still run the other way. Now, the one thing I want to say is visibility is not the same as getting clients. Excuse me. Many business owners confuse being visible with being effective. Your name might be popping up on social media. You may even be attending networking events, and you might even be dabbling with a few ads. But despite all of that activity, the phone is not ringing and the inbox is still staying quiet. That is because visibility without action is meaningless. People may see you, but if nothing about your message makes them stop, connect, and take the next step, then all the activity in the world will not bring in clients, right? So being seen is step one. Turning that visibility into trust, desire, and action is what makes the difference between marketing that fails and marketing that works, okay? So here are a few of the core reasons your marketing is not working. And we've touched upon some of these topics over the previous weeks in the lives, but I want to just summarize them. So the first, you're targeting the wrong audience. If you're speaking to people who were never going to buy from you in the first place, your marketing will always feel like hard work. The wrong people will never say yes, nor do you want them to, right? And if you go back to a few weeks ago, you would have seen the live where I talk about why your marketing isn't working and the missing piece that every business overlooks. Until you are clear on who your ideal clients are, you will continue to attract those who waste your time, drain your energy, and never commit. The next, your message is not landing. And here is the absolute brutal truth. Business owners make their marketing all about themselves. Things like, we are award winning, we care about our clients, we've been established for 20 years. Nobody cares about those things. They may all be true, but your prospects are not laying awake at night worrying about your rewards, right? They are asking themselves one thing: can you solve my problem? When your marketing is self-focused, people run. When your marketing is client-focused, they lean in because it speaks directly to their needs. The next, you are marketing in the wrong places. And this is something that I spoke about last week. Even if your audience and messages are right, showing up in the wrong places will cost you. If your ideal clients are scrolling LinkedIn, your daily Instagram posts are wasted effort. Everyone's audience is online somewhere, whatever you may think. The challenge is finding out where your clients already spend their time and showing up there consistently. So the next thing, which ties in nicely, you are inconsistent. Marketing in bursts is one of the fastest ways to lose trust. One week you're posting every day, the next you vanish for a month. Potential clients notice the inconsistency and it plants doubt. If you cannot show up consistently for yourself, will you show up consistently for them? Consistency is not about churning out endless content. It's about being reliable. It's the steady presence that builds trust over time. The next, you lack clarity. If someone new lands on your website or social profile, can they tell within 10 seconds what you do, who you help, and the problem you solve? If the answer is no, you've lost them. Confusion kills action. Clarity creates confidence. When people instantly understand how you can help, they are far more likely to be taking the next step. Why clients are not responding. Okay, the psychology behind it. Clients do not just buy because they see you. They buy when they feel you understand them, when they trust you, and when you guide them through the decision-making process. Now, one of the fundamental things that I talk about time and time again is the know, like, and trust factor. Because before someone becomes a client, they need to know you exist, like what you stand for, and trust that you can deliver the result in which they're looking for. This is not built in a single post or a one-off ad. It comes from consistent, value-driven marketing that shows you get their frustrations and you can provide real solutions. And then you've got what's called the framework for the buyer journey, AIDA. Now, this is where you are moving them through attention, interest, desire, and action. And most business owners manage the attention. Some might even spark some interest, but far too many stop there. They fail to create desire and they fail to give a clear action. So, what are the examples of this? Attention. We are award-winning accountants. People might notice that, but like I said before, that's also about them, not, that's being about you rather than them. Interest. We help businesses streamline their finances. Curiosity might grow. Desire. We save our clients 3 hours a week on admin so they can focus on growth. Now the outcome feels real. Can you start to see the difference? Action. Book your free consultation today. There's an obvious next step. Without the desire and action, your marketing will always fall flat. So, what are some practical fixes that you can use to turn your visibility into clients? The first one, I hope by now, because I bang on about it so much, is get clear on your ideal client. When you try to appeal to everyone, your message becomes so vague that it connects with no one. So instead of saying things like, I work with business owners, get specific. Are they service-based businesses stuck around 6 figures? Are they sole traders ready to grow in the team? The sharper your focus, the easier it becomes for the right clients to recognize themselves in your message. And this is where, if you know exactly who you're working with and you go deep on it, you look at their fears, their desires, their subconscious blocks. What are the problems that you're solving? Going deep on this, I promise you, you get that foundation right. Everything else starts to work from there. It is your foundational piece. Nothing will work unless you have that piece right. Craft a client-first message. So once you know who you're talking to, you need to say the right things. So you're stripping out the fluff. Okay? Lead with their pain points and the outcomes they want. For example, instead of we are a family-run business that has been established for 20 years. Try, we help busy business owners take back 3 hours a week by handling their bookkeeping. The first is about you. The second is about them. That shift is what makes clients pay attention. Show up in the right places. Your clients are online, but not everywhere. They congregate in certain places. Your job is to find those places and show up consistently. It may be LinkedIn, might be specific Facebook groups or YouTube. Stop spreading yourself thin across every platform. Focus on where your clients are most active. Next, build trust. Trust is not built in one post. It is the accumulation of proof over time. So share things like testimonials, case studies, and behind-the-scenes glimpses that prove you are credible. According to Forbes, trust is the single biggest factor in turning prospects into long-term clients. Without it, visibility means nothing. And I wholeheartedly agree with that, okay? So you need to then guide them through the journey. So using the AIDA thing that I talked about a few moments ago as your checklist, make sure every piece of marketing does more than grab attention. Does it build interest? Does it create a desire by showing the outcome they want? Does it give them a clear action step to take? Too often I see business owners stop halfway. They get attention but never guide them to the next step. Marketing is not about making noise. It's about leading people down a clear path to work with you. Be consistent in your voice and your presence. Consistency is not just about showing up regularly. It's about alignment. Your website, your social media, and your networking pitch should all sound like the same confident voice. If people get mixed messages, they will hesitate. Most marketing fails not because the idea is wrong, but because it is abandoned too soon. Play the long game, right? Now, your marketing is not broken, but if you are targeting the wrong audience, saying the wrong things, showing up in the wrong places, being inconsistent, or leaving people confused, then of course it feels like hard work. Your job is not just to be visible, it is to be memorable, trusted, and chosen. Do not be like that moment with my ex-husband that I talked to you about earlier, where someone notices you and then bolts the opposite direction. Be the business that leans in because your message makes them feel seen, understood, and confident in choosing you. Now it's time to take back control of your marketing. And if you are tired of wondering why your marketing is not working and you are ready to finally learn how to get more clients, the next step is simple. The first thing is do our business performance health check. If you are interested in doing this, just simply comment the word health and I can give you access. This will then start to give you some clarity as to exactly where you are with your marketing. And from there, what we can do is we can have a business performance strategy session where we can then start to go deeper and we can then start actually seeing and making changes in your business. You are just one decision away from clarity. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you found today valuable, and I shall see you all again next